All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going back to No Mercy 2002 to watch a match between Brock Lesnar and The Undertaker. I feel like a lot of people don't consider this rivalry as like one of the best in wrestling. A lot of people, you know, you'll think of like Rock Austin as a big one, but Undertaker Lesnar, I mean, this goes back. They've been rivals for a long time, and this match right here was the very beginning of it, really. I have never watched this match myself until now. My friend used to have it on DVD back in the day, and I was like, oh my gosh, I am dying to watch this, and I never ever have seen it. It's crazy. But I know this match has a lot of hype around it, has a lot of positive views, so I'm very excited to get into this right now. Now, the most notable event in this storyline buildup would be what happens in a match between Brock Lesnar and, again, Matt Hardy. They're having like a hardcore match backstage, and Undertaker's beating up Matt Hardy, and then all of a sudden, Brock Lesnar comes out of nowhere, attacks The Undertaker. He F5s him onto like a stack of hay or something.
Handicap match. No, 2-on-1. F5. Here comes the pain. And F5 from Lesnar to The Undertaker.
And as he's walking away feeling good, feeling victorious, he goes, you know what? I've had enough of this guy. He walks back. He puts Undertaker's hand on the cage. I think he ties it up on a cage, and he hits it with a freaking propane tank.
Oh, my God. The propane tank. Off the arm of The Undertaker.
And The Undertaker screaming in pain. He ends up breaking his hand, apparently, and now has to wear a cast on it. And Taker in this cast is it's like the main point of this whole storyline is the fact that he now has this weapon on his hand that he immediately starts to use. And again, for the third week in a row, we see him just beat the hell out of Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy, after this is the last time we really see Matt Hardy in the storyline. I don't know what the hell happened to him, but the first 3 weeks he was like very prominent, and then all of a sudden he's just not there. But he gets beat up with the cast, and we see how deadly this cast can be. Now, there was some debate whether or not Taker would be able to wear the cast for No Mercy because he busted open Brock Lesnar like 2 weeks or a week before the No Mercy pay-per-view, and Paul Heyman was freaking out in Stephanie McMahon's office, asking her or demanding her to not let Taker use that cast.
That cast has to come off Undertaker's hand before Hell in a Cell!
Paul, I will make up my mind and let you know my answer.
I want that cast off of his hand!
Leave my office.
She comes out to the ring with Brock and Paul. She says, screw that. He's 100% using it. I don't care. Hell in a Cell, baby. And then Brock gets all weird. He corners her, and then he starts like sniffing her hair. Very animal-like of the beast, Brock Lesnar. But Taker comes out. He saves Stephanie McMahon. Ends up beating the absolute hell out of Paul Heyman with this cast. And we get left with a very cool final stare down between Undertaker and Brock Lesnar before their match at No Mercy. Taker has the cast with Brock and Paul's blood all over it. And then Brock is at the top of the stage with the championship belt. Just a classic way to end SmackDown 3 days before No Mercy pay-per-view.
I guarantee you, The Undertaker will have no mercy for Brock Lesnar Sunday.
All right, so we're at the No Mercy pay-per-view. We have an absolute classic Brock Lesnar entrance with the old WWE Championship belt. He's got the black trunks. He's got Paul Heyman by his side. He's got Taz saying, well, here comes the pain.
Here comes the pain.
Just an absolute, this is like one of my favorite entrances of all time, and especially in this era of Brock Lesnar, the 2002, 2003 era. But yeah, this is a very interesting match for Lesnar. This is the first time he's been so dominant up until this point in his career. He's only been in the WWE for, I think, like a year, maybe even less than a year. He's already the champion. He's taken out Rock, Hogan, freaking everybody, Taker already, and this is the first time we've really seen him in a match like this. This is a Hell in a Cell, so it's very interesting to see what is going to happen here.
Brock Lesnar, the youngest champion in WWE history, has never been involved in a Hell in a Cell match. But Brock Lesnar is a rebel with one instinct, to do whatever he can to hold on to the WWE Championship.
Now for Undertaker, we got the old school big evil motorcycle Undertaker. He's got the dead man walking entrance music. I don't know if I like that entrance music more than the Limp Bizkit one. I think they're both really good, but unfortunately, one thing that I didn't like is that Taker did not come out with the freaking motorcycle. He just walked out, which I thought was, I want to see Taker on the motorcycle. Anyways, the match is about to start. First time ever seeing Brock Lesnar in a Hell in a Cell. Undertaker is an absolute Hell in a Cell professional. This is like his fourth, I think, at this point. So let's get into the match, baby. So the match starts out a little bit slow. There's not many like moves going on. There's some holds in the corner and other things, but it starts out a bit slow, and then out of nowhere, Taker starts using that cast. Brock gets busted open immediately, and we are officially now into the Hell in a Cell match.
Brock Lesnar is bleeding from the same wound that was opened up just 3 days ago.
So the first portion of this match, Taker is just beating the absolute hell out of Brock Lesnar. He throws him into the cage. He grinds his head off the cage. He throws him into the cage again. He throws him like 10 feet into the cage. Just completely manhandling Brock Lesnar in a way that has not been seen before. And also, Brock Lesnar does such a great job at being like overly dramatic in these situations. He sells it really well, and it really does a good job. But Taker continues just to beat the absolute hell out of Brock Lesnar. He even somehow busts open Paul Heyman. He grabbed him by the tie and just bangs him off the cage. And Paul Heyman's been screaming this entire match up until this point. I have no idea why. But Taker gets good revenge on him. All of a sudden, you see him on the floor. He's completely busted open. Just already a brutal, brutal match. I mean, everybody's bleeding in this freaking match. But Undertaker getting involved with Paul Heyman was actually a turning point in the match because Brock Lesnar takes complete control. He gets handed a belt from Paul Heyman through the cage at one point. He ties up Undertaker's hand to the fence, and Paul Heyman is like holding it to keep it up. He's gonna do the same thing he did that broke Undertaker's hand in the beginning on SmackDown. Grabs a steel chair, smacks Taker over the back, and then immediately or repeatedly smashes the hand with the chair against the frickin' fence.
To the broken hand! Vicious! Vicious assault! Breaking that leather belt in half!
We're making our way back into the ring. Brock Lesnar has been working on getting off Undertaker's cast for like a solid 3 to 4 minutes. He's been trying to rip this cast off, but has just been unsuccessful with it until finally he gets it off. He starts doing like submission holds with it against the rope. Really nothing happens with it, but he did take the cast off. Taker fights his way back, and we eventually see a crazy spot from Taker where Brock Lesnar's on the outside of the ring, and Taker jumps over the freaking ropes into Brock Lesnar, smashing him into the cage.
Beginning to sense that he can build momentum. Undertaker launching himself through the second rope into Lesnar, into the steel.
But it does not really pay off as we see Taker's first sign of blood as Lesnar viciously slams the steel steps into the head of The Undertaker.
Oh, man. Oh, no. Brock Lesnar, no trouble with the 50-pound off the head of The Undertaker.
I don't think I've ever seen Taker get hit like that with steps and also just be this bloody. I mean, I've never seen The Undertaker get beaten like this. This is The Undertaker. I know a lot of people think Kane, and rightfully so, is The Undertaker's greatest like foe, but Brock Lesnar was really like the true test of The Undertaker, a true rival, man. I've never seen Undertaker get beaten up like this. So the match continues. We see an F5 from Brock Lesnar reversed into a choke slam. He goes for the pin. It's a close kick out. Taker is an absolutely bloody mess at this point. He calls for the last ride, one of my favorite moves of all time. It gets reversed into the corner. Brock Lesnar is standing on top of him, hitting him. A terrible decision when The Undertaker's finishing move is the last ride. He picks him up, hits him with the last ride for a 1, 2, rope grab from Brock Lesnar, a genius move. Taz goes on to say how, for a young champion, such a smart move to grab the ropes in a time like that.
Oh my God, great match. What a young such a young champion, but Lesnar's instincts are off the chart. Look at that.
Taker calls for the tombstone pile driver to finally finish this man off. He gets reversed. Lesnar grabs Taker, throws him onto his shoulders into an F5. He hits it for a 1, 2, 3. Brock Lesnar retains the WWE Championship in one of the craziest Hell in a Cell matches. A brutal, brutal match for The Undertaker. My goodness.
Oh, man. Lesnar, oh, my God. A strike to the champion. Five to The Undertaker. A cover. Brock Lesnar retains the title.
And we see the, Brock Lesnar goes to the outside the ring. He grabs his WWE belt, climbs up to the top, and we see the iconic photo from this match. But, my thoughts on this match were just like, it was just brutal. It wasn't, I have to go back and watch it again. I don't think I appreciated it as much as I should have when I first watched it. But overall thoughts was just like completely brutal. Just everyone, Paul Heyman was even bleeding crazy on the outside of the ring. It's like, just a great, great rivalry, a great match between these two. Very glad I watched it. Not sure how the rest of the pay-per-view was. I skimmed through it. I think Kane and Triple H had a match, but other than that, I didn't really see anything that was that interesting. But if you have any recommendations, comment it below. I will get to as many matches as humanly possible. And if you get a chance, go on the Peacock and watch this match at No Mercy. It's very, very good. And with that being said, I will see you guys in the next video. Adios.